meeting was posted as required by the Texas Open Meetings Act. And the first item is one to establish a quorum, which we are there, -1, but we have a full quorum. The next thing I'd like to do is to, if we could, just take a moment to do a moment of silence. Okay, thank you very much. Is Shane going to do the Pledge of Allegiance or lead us? Shane, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance,
I
please,
certainly
sir?
will. So please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated.
Thank you, Shane. The next item is awards and recognitions, and Mr. Strubhart again, please.
We're going to call up Miss Ince to lead our first award.
All right.
Applause. Mr. President.
The first item, I believe,
go ahead.
is the recognition of students who placed at the NSDA Middle School National Finals. Is that
Yes,
right?
sir.
Thank you. Take it away.
Mr. President, Dr. Cavazos, trustees, administrative team, and audience, I am honored to recognize these future leaders for their outstanding performance at the Middle School National Speech and Debate Tournament. And I remember you, Mr. Powers, you said, bring back some hardware. Put a little pressure on me, but these kids that I'm recognizing tonight, they came through for you and for HCISD. They did you proud. Did me proud. And I'm going to recognize them and their coaches, but I have a short little video that they showed at the finals in Florida, the awards assembly. And look closely, because some of our kids made it into this final and into this video. It's pretty cool.
At the starting, I wasn't really interested, like per se. I didn't really know about it. The first thing I heard was debate, and the first debate class I went to, I heard about like my friend wanted to do a rebuttal, and that was sort of all I got. And I was like, wow, this is gonna be terrible. I have to memorize things. I have to like research for hours and hours. I thought it was gonna be bad, but here I am, and it's really fun. When you tell people that you do speech and debate, it really, like, people are pretty amazed. I was surprised when I told someone I do speech and debate, they're like, wow. It's like the first time I've ever heard someone say that, and I feel like it really gives people the voice that they need.
I just love the faces that people make when they see you act. The way you move your body, or your body language, or your facial expression, or how you say something, it shows people like a movie, and I love it. Like when I do interpretations, I do dramatic, and a lot of the time they end in tears. And to see that I can do that with just me and myself and my partner, of course, it makes me feel like I can conquer the world just by like doing what I love.
I chose the audacity of hope because it kind of just connected to me. There's one line where it says, "And eradicate the slander that says a black youth with a bug is acting white." That's one of the things I was like called when I have a book, when I'm doing something academic. They'll say that, "Oh, Miles, you're the whitest black person I know." So that's one line that really stuck with me. I just thought that it was a speech that could really now in this time could be echoed again into society.
I used to be someone who would sit down and like when someone told me something and I disagreed, I would just like nod and be like, yeah, totally. But now that I've joined speech and debate, I've been able to like learn how to say my points of view without sounding rude. And I've also been able to like find my voice. My topic is about policy in America that lists countries that can come to America in order to work or live because of a war or natural disaster. And I kind of chose that because my parents are from Haiti. At first, when I first tried to do the topic, I wasn't really like that engaged because I haven't really been to Haiti before at that time. But recently, I've actually been there like multiple times because of my grandmother's passing. But I went there and it pretty much like showed me the different culture, and I was able to kind of like relate to what I was talking about, and it made me feel like really passionate about it because like you're sending away innocent people who just want a new beginning. We are the future, and what we do now determines what happens later on. And if I'm passionate about what I'm speaking about now and I'm telling people what I think and what I feel, it'll kind of give them a head start, like, yeah, this is definitely gonna happen sooner or later. I need to listen to this child so she knows what she's doing.
I believe in the power of words.
Words can uplift us and tear us apart.
The words we say to ourselves are constantly serenading our spirit, our mood, and our perspectives.
Repeat to yourself you are unworthy, and the words will manifest themselves into your actions.
The words we use to communicate are powerful enough to heal someone's fear. Tell a person he or she is intelligent, and they believe.
Words are powerful enough that they could seep into our subconscious, as water into soil.
Don't stand aside idly listening to negative ideas. Stop them.
Give way to the power of words that carry love instead of fear.
Give way to the power of words that carry love instead of fear.
Let the words you use heal.
Let's use our words to change the world.
Let's use those words to change the world.
Let's use our words to change the world.
I thought it was important that those are middle school students, by the way, and that's who we were competing against. And there weren't many public schools represented there, mostly private schools when you got to the final rounds. Just to give you an idea, there were over 100 competitors in each of these events, some from Taiwan. It was international as well. And these students that I'm recognizing tonight made it to the top 24 if they were a quarterfinalist, top 16 in the nation if they were a semifinalist, and we had 2 students make it to the final round, which put them in the top 6 in the nation. Wow. And for our first time, I was like, wow, we brought the hardware. So if you'd like to come down, Dr. Cavazos, and we'll recognize these future leaders. We'll start out with Lily Lamon and her partner, Kylie Mitchell. They advanced to the quarterfinal round in duo interpretation, and you're going to see that Kylie Mitchell has 2 plaques. That's because she also advanced to the top 24 in dramatic interpretation. And keep in mind, they were 7th graders at the time. They have another year next year. So they'll be 8th graders next year at Vela Middle School. If I could have Levi Entz and Aaron Blunt. Levi and Aaron competed in duo interpretation, and you'll see there that Aaron Blunt has 2 plaques as well. They advanced to the top 24 quarterfinals in duo, and Aaron went on to advance to the top 16 in prose interpretation. Both from Vela Middle School. If I could have Cole Kibler and Caleb Davis. And this was a hard one. Cole and Caleb made it to the semifinal round. They take the top 6. They were number 7 in the nation. They missed it by a fraction. It was a reciprocal fraction of making it to the final round, but we were so, so proud of them. They're both freshmen at Kano now. They're 8th graders from Vela Middle School. And then if I could have Christopher Ringianu up. Did I say it right, Mom? Yes. Okay. She thanked me last time because I got it right. And he was one of our finalists in informative speaking, and he was just in 7th grade as well, so he has another year to compete. So we're very, very proud. And last but not least was our finalist in the largest event at Nationals, which was prose interpretation, Benjamin Trevino from Memorial Middle School, who ended up 6th in the nation. And I'll tell you real quick, and this is the last story I'll tell, but when these kids made it to finals, we were no longer Vela or Memorial or HSHP. We became HCISD. I think everyone, Ben, you wore Levi's shirt, someone else's tie. We were, putting the best. Everyone was coming together as one and rooting as HCISD. And we were so proud of one another, and that made me so incredibly proud, but we could not have done it without their coaches. And these coaches were very brave to take 20 individual middle school students to Fort Lauderdale for a week, but they were awesome. If I could bring up Miss Sally Cavazos. Oh, sorry, that was when she was my student. Sally Cavazos Novato. She was Benjamin's coach, along with Julia Bender, who also coached Ben at Memorial, and now Sally is going to be our fine arts specialist at Lee Means Fine Arts Academy. We're very excited about that, and Miss Bender will be one of our consultants at Harlingen High School. So very exciting. And last but not least, the one that got all these awards, Mrs. Yvette Connell. Would the board come down for a group photo, please? Thank you.
Don't go away, because the board, I'm sure, wants to say some words here. And I'm going to start with one of our biggest cheerleaders, Mrs. Fleurier.
Yay, bravo, bravo. Congratulations to you. We are so excited. I mean, what could be more exciting than to begin this year with middle schoolers who have achieved such an incredible accomplishment, and just think it's been in a really short period of time. Really, it just has shown to me once again how we are propelling the children from this district to be able to compete and perform, not just in a regional manner, not just on a statewide level, but on a national level. This is extraordinary. So Leanne, congratulations and kudos. I love it that it's from a mix of schools, and I so much appreciate your remark that we're all HCISD, because we have, as the audience probably is all aware, but just in case there's one person there who's not, we have significantly changed the speech drama debate program in this district by asking Mrs. Ince to be in charge of it for the entire school district. So we are no longer a one school does well at speech drama debate school district. That is not our goal, and that's not who we are. We want all schools, students from all schools, to do super well. And this middle school accomplishment, this group of students tonight has kicked it off magnificently well. So congratulations and thank you, thank you. We've dreamed of this for a very long time. Thank you.
I just want to add this. I mean, I am so blown away, Leanne. This is just incredible. I mean, seventh and eighth graders. I mean, and this is our first time out of the box. And I mean, to honor us the way y'all have done, I mean, this is really, really incredible. You really made the district very, very proud of you and our community. It's really wonderful. And y'all have such a bright future. I mean, you've got all the way to your senior year to win the nationals at that level. And I know you'll be there because, I mean, Miss Ince was there last year with her seniors and juniors. Just incredible. When I was in school, which not that long ago.
10 years ago. 10 years ago.
We didn't start speech and drama till 9th grade. And I think it's fantastic what we're doing now. And Leanne, congratulations to you and to the coaches. Thank you, ladies. Y'all just did a phenomenal job, and congratulations to each of you.
Definitely want to recognize these students, and it's not easy to do what you guys do. But you're learning about teamwork, you're learning about confidence and building your confidence. And of course, you're learning about leadership. And a little birdie told me that your debate skills, Mr. Ince, came in handy, right? When you approached the football coach and said, "Hey, we need to work things out here, buddy." Right? I can't. There's a problem here with our schedules, and I love what I do, and I love being on the debate team, and I also love playing football. Nowadays that's the way it should be. So excellent job in using your skills and getting approval, I think, right? Yeah. So congratulations to you and to all the team. Good job.
Mr. President, long before Shane's team came up with Champs for Children, which is a brilliant hashtag and a brilliant way to start the year. We would see that every year, every day, every board meeting, when we saw the parents get up there and take pictures of their kids, stand proudly behind a cell phone and to take a photo. So I want to thank the parents, and the teachers. Leanne talked about Sally Cavazos. I've been friends with Sally for many years when she was Sally Cavazos. So I'm very proud of her personally, to be at the forefront of this. And the parents, really congratulations, because a lot of this has to do with you guys and not just the effort that you guys put in, but the fact that you support your children, recognizing that talent and nurturing it, whether it's speech debate, whether it's football, whether it's whatever their talent is. We see parents like you here once a month that nurture that talent, that nurture those skills that they have. So thank you, and this is as much your awards as it is theirs. So congratulations for being a champion for your own children.
Okay, the next item on the agenda, some great recognitions tonight. Recognition of Mike Reyes for being named the Texas Association of Secondary Schools Principals Region 1 Middle School Principal of the Year. Wow. Mr. Villarreal. Mr. Joseph.
Good evening, President Powers, board members, and Dr. Cavazos, and audience. I'm very excited to stand before you to recognize one of our very own Harlingen CISD principals. This past June, at the Texas Association of Secondary Schools Principals Summer Conference, Gutierrez Middle School Principal Mike Reyes was named the Texas Association of Secondary School Principals Region 1 Middle School Principal of the Year. He was nominated by a group of peers, so that means he didn't nominate himself, from other school districts for this high honor. The program annually recognizes outstanding school leaders who have succeeded in providing high-quality learning opportunities for students. When you speak to GMS staff members, students, and parents, it is not uncommon to hear how caring, understanding, and hardworking Mr. Reyes is. Additionally, his instructional leadership is a reason why GMS continues to improve academically year in and year out. Mr. Reyes is starting his 6th year as principal at GMS. Prior to that, he served as an assistant principal for 5 years at Gutierrez Middle School as well. Mr. Powers and Dr. Cavazos, please join me in front as we recognize the Texas Association of Secondary Schools Principal Region 1 Middle School Principal of the Year, Mr. Mike Reyes. Now, we can have all the other board members please come to the front so we can take a group picture.
May I say, ma'am?
Ms. Fleurier?
Yeah, Mr. Reyes, before you leave, not only do we want to say congratulations, but I would like for all of the people in the audience, as well as for our audience on television, to know that indeed now all of our campuses have chess, and indeed now all of our campuses have robotics, but it was Mr. Reyes and his campus who began the robotics movement in the Harlingen School District. And so I thought that was tremendous, showed tremendous foresight on your part, and I don't forget that. So congratulations to you. Thank you for being a leader.
Mr. President, I wanted to just mention that, you know, this nomination and this winning really represents you as a leader among leaders, right? You're leading your campus and your teachers, your other administrators, your staff. They're leaders. Your peers nominated you. They too are leaders, and you are clearly recognized as a leader among leaders. And thank you so much. We're looking forward to see what you do this year.
No pressure. No pressure, right? I knew Mike was the principal of the year every year that I run into Miss Uribe, and she tells me, this is the best principal in all of Harlingen and all the Valley. So congratulations, Mike.
Dr. Cavazos was taking full credit up here because he said he hired you. So congratulations. What an honor. What an honor.
Can I say something real quick? Michael, you know, ever since I met you, the first time I met you was on your campus. And, you know, when you walk into your campus, the energy is very positive. The teachers are very positive. And that always reflects on the leadership. So it speaks volumes about you. Every single time I've been there, it's been amazing. Continue to do a great job. The teachers love you. The students, by all means, they love you as well. So continue, sir. You're doing an awesome job.
That's right.
The next item on our agenda is recognition of the Valley Morning Star's annual Reader's Choice Award winners. Mr. Strubhart.
Thank you, Mr. President, board members, Dr. Cavazos, administration, and audience. The Valley Morning Star's Reader's Choice Awards honors more than 130 businesses, organizations, and individuals selected as winners by its readership through a mail-in and online voting process. Its readership spans northern Cameron County, eastern Hidalgo County, and all of Willacy County. This year, we are very proud to announce that the Harlingen Consolidated Independent School District earned Reader's Choice Awards in the following 3 categories: Best High School, Best Middle School, and Best Teacher. So, Mr. President, Dr. Cavazos, will y'all come forward and help us recognize these awardees? So out of all the teachers in that region, we had one here at ACISD that got that award. So congratulations to Martha Teran from Dishman Elementary. Can we get one more photo with Miss Davis? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Miss Davis, can we get you over here? I just want to get you two together. I'm telling you. All right, as you can imagine, right now, with the beginning of the school year, there are a lot of secondary activities going on. So, unable to join us, but representing them is Mr. Villarreal, is our best high school, Harlingen High School. Mr. Munibez was unable to join us, so Mr. Villarreal, can you accept the award on their behalf? Oh, yes.
Speech. Congratulations. Good job.
And also, Mr. Villarreal, you might as well stay up there, and accepting for the best middle school, Vernon Middle School.
What do you teach?
There you go.
Wonderful. Fifth grade reading, so your department allows it.
Can we get all the trustees forward for a group photo?
Wonderful. Wonderful. We're so excited.
The others didn't have a chance.
How are you? How are you? Good to see you. Likewise. Gracias a Dios, todo bien. Trying. Kicks me out.
Oh, district staff, come on here, district staff.
Okay, the next item on the agenda is HCISD Public Relations and Community Engagement receives awards. Shane Strupart.
Thank you, Mr. President, board members, Dr. Cavazos, the administration audience. With so many wonderful things going on in public education, it's important that communities be made aware of the great accomplishments of our students, staff, and boards are achieving each and every day. The role of our Public Relations and Community Engagement Department is to provide a window into our world and to simply tell the incredible story of HCISD. Together, the PR staff works extensively to showcase the great things happening within our district. Grounded in effective two-way communication, their purpose is to build trust, confidence, and support for educational excellence. In addition, they help rally our community to be champions for our children. The National School Public Relations Association's Public Relations and Electronic Media Awards recognizes outstanding educational publications from across the country. This year, we are very proud to announce that our very own Public Relations and Community Engagement Department earned 4 of those awards.
Wow.
The highest award given is at the national level is an Award of Excellence. This year, we received an Award of Excellence for our 2017 commercial. I think everyone will remember that one. The one with the firefighters here. In addition to this Award of Excellence, the Public Relations Department received an Award of Merit in the School District Magazine category for our Experience ACISD magazine. And that's the one with the, yes, that y'all should have a copy of up there. That was the 2017 magazine. Also, we received honorable mention for our ACISD Across the Table and our ACISD brochure as well. I'd like to point out that all of the amazing photos and graphic artwork are produced in our department and our original works. There's one more award that I would like to mention. The Telly Awards honors excellence in video and television production across all screens from around the country. The Public Relations Department submitted an incredible video called Stepping Stones, a video highlighting the exceptional work our district operations staff does behind the scenes to get ready for each and every day. The video took a silver award in the General Education and Discovery category. This award is a first for ACISD and means a lot to the department because of the difficulty that's required in achieving this recognition. We'd like to share this 2-minute video with you at this time.
Harlingen CISD is a district of excellence, a stepping stone in your child's education. But do you know who placed those stones?
I come in at 6:30 every morning. I turn on the lights, go to the gym, turn on the lights, and I take care of the restrooms. I put on the coffee for the teachers. I get everything ready for them to come in.
Picking up the students and getting them to school safe, on time, and or wherever destination they have to go to. It's our responsibility to get them there.
In this district, in this school, in this kitchen, everything's an adventure. And like an adventure, you have your sweet and sour moments, you know, more sweet than sours. And at the end, everything's worth it. We feed those hungry kids coming in through our doors.
I really enjoy it. I really enjoy working for the school and coming in the morning and see the kids smiling and make me happy when they come in.
I love doing it because I think we're all kids once, and at one time, you know, I depended on teachers, bus drivers, myself, you know, and now I work to give back to the community what I once received, you know, and helping our future leaders.
Our job as managers and as kitchen staff, it's a very fast-paced job. Just having to be ready, we come in early in the morning, get breakfast ready. As soon as we're done, we roll into lunch. After we're done with lunch, we start prepping our supper meals that we serve after school. And by the time you know it, the day's already gone.
Whether serving a hot meal, giving them a clean learning environment, or safe transportation, our staff is truly one of a kind, laying the foundation for your child's success, one stone at a time.
Mr. President, Dr. Cavazos, would you please come forward to help us recognize the talented individuals behind all of these great achievements? We're going to begin with our writer from our department, Adriana Dominguez. Our graphic artist, Roland Anzaldúa. Our webmaster and print shop specialist, Jessica Martinez. One of our contributing writers and former Milam teacher, Marifer Quevedo. Our incredible marketing coordinator, Brianna Vela. Our photographer, George Banda. I'd also like to recognize our secretary, Ms. Esmeralda Rodriguez, for her tremendous support throughout the entire publication of the ACISD magazine, and another contributing writer who is now a teacher for Gutierrez Middle School, Ashley Borones, and lastly, for his work on the Stepping Stones video, Mr. Joe DeLeon. At this time, I'd like to invite the entire board to come down and take a photo with it. George, I got you back up. Yes. You guys want to grab the awards? Joe, you want to grab the Shelby Award?
Take a picture.
Let me get my phone. If this doesn't work out, there we go. Are we
Mr. President, if I may.
Yes, sir, please.
You guys know where the board knows where I stand with marketing. I mean, without marketing, without they are a voice, right? And you have such an amazing team, Shane, but you forgot somebody, the fearless leader, Shane Strubart. I mean, it requires somebody special like you to be able to see the vision in every single one of these people here, and you tell the story daily, and the story keeps getting better and better and better, and that's why we're getting these awards. And there's no doubt. I mean, clearly you have an amazing team. Clearly you have an amazing team. It's just amazing stuff. So congratulations to all of you.
Yes. I just think it's astonishing when we think about how education has changed. You know, it's been not so very many years ago when not only did we not advertise ourselves, we didn't even talk about how good that we were. And we were good. But now we are so much better, and it's so wonderful that it's at a time when we have you fabulous professionals to tell our story. So Shane, thank you for leading such an extraordinary group. We're so proud. We're really, really proud. And I know we're all, you know, each of us seems to, you know, every board meeting we have another idea from marketing. And you're always way ahead of us, and frankly, you're way better than we are. So congratulations, and thank you all so much. We're proud of you, super proud.
Shane always has a new idea. Always. Always.
Yep.
We support every idea.
I mean, you guys are terrific. I mean,
Yeah.
the way you market and promote our district, and it's a big part of the success. There's no question about it. I mean, the enrollment, the community involvement. I mean, everything, and it's a lot of work. I mean, we really recognize that. I mean, every day you guys are out there, both here and out in the public, and you just do an incredible job. And this is such a great honor for y'all. Thank you.
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
I always joke with people that I say I do what Shane does at AEP Texas, but I don't do it nearly as well as Shane and his team. At the end of the day, this is a business, you know, and you guys have embraced that type of that philosophy, that approach to what you do, and it shows, not just in the awards that you received, which are very well deserved, but in the product that we put out there every day, whether it's on social media or on our website, and just the word of mouth that we get from our parents and from the people in the community. Everybody's very pleased with the school district. You know, they're very demanding of the school district, but they're very pleased with it. And that's in large part due to the message that you guys convey every day, like in everything, from your social media, from Facebook to Twitter to everything that you do, and just uploading photos on the spot. You know, at board meetings, people like to see that, and it takes a group of talented individuals like you all to be able to put that out there. And I just want to thank you, congratulate you, but thank you for what you do on a daily basis. Thank you.
Mr. President, I do want to add a couple of things. I have the honor and the opportunity to work alongside this whole team, and I'll put them up against any other team. They do an incredible job. We have visitors from all over the state that come to see how do we get our story told, and our story is being heard at all levels. So I want to thank you. I think you all do an incredible job. Sometimes you have material that you have to work with, that'd be your superintendent, that you have to, you know, tell the story, but we really appreciate you. You think you do an incredible job at telling the story of HCISD and promoting our kids, and that's to be commendable. Keep doing the great work. I do echo Ms. Fleury's comments in that there was a time when this wasn't focus, but it's an incredible, important focus these days. And so thank you for always putting your best foot forward. I really appreciate it. And of course, it has to do with the leader as well. So Shane, thanks for doing a great job. So I appreciate that.
The next item on the agenda is the Harlingen CISD Award for Transparency Star in Traditional Finances. Mr. Strubart.
Thank you, Mr. President, trustees, Dr. Cavazos, administration, and audience. Texas Comptroller Glenn Hager announced that Harlingen CISD is the latest local government entity to achieve specific transparency goals through the Comptroller's Transparency Stars program. Harlingen CISD received a star in the area of traditional finances, which recognizes entities for their outstanding efforts in making their spending and revenue information available. Transparency Stars recognizes local government entities that provide easy online access to important financial data. Comptroller Hager says, by providing meaningful financial data in addition to visual tools and analysis of its revenues and expenditures, Harlingen CISD has shown a true commitment to Texas taxpayers. This effort achieves the goals set by my office's Transparency Stars program. I am pleased to award Harlingen CISD a star for its accomplishments. ACISD also received a letter grade of an A from the Texas Education Agency on its financial accountability ratings. Created by the 77th Texas legislature in 2001, the School Financial Integrity Rating System of Texas, also known as FIRST, is designed to encourage public schools to better manage their financial resources to provide the maximum allocation possible for direct instructional purposes. We would like to thank the Business Office for their continued efforts to provide transparency and accountability to our taxpayers. Mr. President, Dr. Cavazos, would you please come forward to help us recognize this incredible department? We have one certificate for the whole entire team, and we'll start off with the Administrator for Business Services, Raymond Mendoza. Accounting Director, Ida Ambris. Interim Purchasing Director, Kim Anderson. Our HCISD Webmaster, Jessica Martinez. And the best Chief Financial Officer in the country, Mr. Julio Cavazos. Can we get all the trustees down for a group photo?
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
if I could make a couple of comments. Where did I hope they didn't all leave. That's okay. They're busy. No, that's fine. But I was going to brag on them too. But I wanted to just tell, I don't know, Julio, I'm proud to know you because you're the only person that I know that I'm sure gets tired of winning. You know what I mean? And so it's good to know. It's good to know someone like yourself because I aspire to be like that in one of these days. But I'm sure you get tired of winning. But, you know, really, I think that the consistency, the work that your department puts out, obviously it's all about leadership. And I know you have great people and you're going to give them credit and you're right to do so. But the consistency that every year that you guys do is amazing. And sometimes people can get lulled into complacency when you're just so good. But you guys keep that continuous improvement, just like the district. You keep improving and getting better and better. And it's just amazing to me. I point that out because with regards to these things like budget and things like that, think about all the problems public schools are having right now around, as you know, just look around the valley, look around the state. And one of the things that allows HCISD to excel, if you really think about it, is because we can almost take the budget for granted. Now, again, I take that with a grain of salt because nobody takes it for granted, right? But you don't have to worry because we always make sure that important things from our strategic plan are tied to the budget. Everything we want to do is tied to the budget, and we never have to worry about our recurring revenues not being enough to pay for our recurring expenses. We never have to worry about not having a healthy fund balance. We never have to worry about not being able to pay our debt service. And how many of the districts can say that consistently year in and year out? And that, I can tell you, my friends, allows Art Cavazos and his team, the public relations department, it allows Dr. Noyola, it allows Debbie, it allows all of the senior team to focus on the things that we need to be doing. Strategic thinking, how, you know, just creating a district of choice, and all the innovative things that come forward through our strategic plan. And so I think that, it sometimes gets old and tired of winning. So every year, here we are again with your department. But I think we ought to reflect on the fact that it really does allow us to do the things that are impactful to every student and every teacher and every classroom. And that right there is just amazing. And kudos to you and your team for everything you do.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. And I do have a great team, and I owe it all to them. They do a great job of what they do. Appreciate it.
Mr. President, may I say something,
Yes,
please?
ma'am.
Beautifully said, Nolan, beautifully said. And Julio, I think and trust that you understand how much this board appreciates what you do and how much we respect what you do and your staff. And for all of the awards that we received tonight and wrapping it up with your award, I was just saying to Belinda, I just so want everyone in the community to understand the level of excellence that this board not only aspires to for the district, but that we get to celebrate because of all of you who are here. It is extremely important. It's extremely important what we have been honoring here tonight. It's showing student success, it's showing teacher success, it's showing principal success, and it's showing financial success. And I hope that all of the businessmen in this community understand the level of excellence that this district represents for the entire state of Texas. You know, Mr. Powers, you spend a lot of time with these people, and I hope that, and knowing you, it probably is, a large part of that conversation is if you could just see the excellence that we have in this school district and the integrity and the honesty, it really stands out above all others, and I'm grateful for that. I want to say thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. President, may I just add two points of congratulations to you and your whole team. The trust of the community comes from the foundation that's set with this budget. Beyond that, the ability to aspire and dream and achieve comes from the foundation of a strong budget. And we see that, when you're in your personal life to an organization and beyond. You have set the foundation that allows for the success that we saw throughout the day. So thank you to your entire team. We're so thankful.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, the next item on the agenda will be the minutes, approval of the minutes. We'll start with the July 10th, 2018 regular board meeting. Do I have a motion?
Mr. President, I make a motion to approve the minutes from the July 10th regular board meeting.
Second the motion.
Mr. Hines moved and Dr. Muniz seconded. All those in any discussion? No changes or corrections? All right. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. The next set of minutes is July 19th, 2018 special board meeting. Are there any corrections or additions to those minutes?
Mr. President, move approval for the July 19th, 2018 special board meeting as presented.
Second the motion.
Moved by Dr. Pettis, second by Mrs. Fleury. Is there any further discussion? If there is none, we'll proceed to vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. The next is the August 7th, 2018 special board meeting. Are there any corrections or additions to those minutes?
Mr. President, I move to approve the August 7, 2018 special board meeting minutes.
Moved by Dr. Reiniger and seconded by
Second.
Dr. Muniz. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. The next item on our agenda is the approval of the consent calendar, and I do want to pull one item, Dr. Cavazos, from there, and that is the approval proclamation.
Sure.
And I would like to ask Mr. Strubhart to come forward, please, on that.
Thank you, Mr. President, trustees, Dr. Cavazos, administration, and audience. I'm going to read the proclamation as it is written. Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, September 2018. Whereas childhood cancer is the leading cause of death by disease in children, 1 in 285 children in the United States will be diagnosed by their 20th birthday. And whereas 43 children per day, or 15,780 children, are diagnosed with cancer annually in the U.S. And whereas there are approximately 40,000 children on active treatment at any given time. And whereas the average age of diagnosis is 6 years old, compared to 66 years for adults diagnosed with cancer. Whereas 80% of childhood cancer patients are diagnosed late and with metastatic disease. Whereas, on average, there's been a 0.6% increase in incidence per year since the mid-1970s, resulting in an overall incidence increase of 24% over the last 40 years. Whereas too many children are affected by this deadly disease, and more must be done to raise awareness to find a cure. Whereas the objective of Childhood Cancer Awareness Month is to put a spotlight on the types of cancer that largely affect children, survivorship issues, and, more importantly, to help raise funds for research and family support. And whereas brave individuals inspire others, spread awareness, and go gold. Join the conversation on your favorite social channel by using the hashtag #GoGold. And therefore, ACISD Board of Trustees, if you will hereby proclaim Childhood Cancer Awareness Month throughout this district. Before you approve it, Mr. President, I'd like to recognize some folks that are in the audience tonight. Joining us this evening are some true champions of ACISD. They are students who have fought or continue the fight against cancer. Students, families, when I call your name, would you please stand? We have from Lee Means Elementary, our kinder student, Nicholas Cuatro Donis. Stay right here. All right, we have from Wilson, another kinder student, Christian Estrada. And they've been sitting through all the meeting all this time. Look how much energy they have. And smiling from Sam Houston Elementary, another kinder student, Kaylee Romero. I'd also like to recognize another true champion, one of our ACIC's own, Miss Judy Peters, for her ongoing support and getting this awareness out. She is a true hero. When you have some time, you should hear her story. She has fought the fight, and continues to fight for other families now as well. So Judy, would you please stand? And her amazing husband, who I've known for many, many years, Mr. Peters. Thanks, Jeff. I'd also like to ask the parents. Which parents, would you please stand also? Let's give them a round of applause. Trustees, before we continue, can we get a group photo with everyone here? Of course. Great.
Herschel Zen. Herschel Zen, he worked for Lincoln Leadership for many years. Where did you fall from?
He was out on the lot.
Okay. In fact, if you-
Okay, the chair would entertain a motion to approve the remainder of the consent agenda.
Well, we
The
need
whole-
to,
the whole-
actually,
I'm sorry,
do you
yes.
want to approve this separately since you
Yes,
called it out?
I sure do.
Motion to approve the proclamation as presented.
Second.
Moved by Dr. Pettis and seconded by Mr. Hymas. Okay. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, carries unanimously.
Thank you all.
Thank you so much.
You guys are our heroes. Thank you all very much. God bless you.
really are.
God bless you for the work you do, and just let us know how we can help you. Thank you for being here. Mr. President, I do at this time move approval of the consent calendar as presented.
Do I have a second? Second by Dr. Reiniger. Motion by Dr. Pettis, second by Dr. Reiniger. Any further discussion? Any other items? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Consent agenda is approved. The next item is public comments. Mrs. Brown, we have none? Oh, shucks. Okay. Item number 6 is matters related to curriculum and instruction. Approval of the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley dual enrollment concurrent articulation agreement with ECHS. Dr. Noyola?
Thank you, Mr. Powers, board members, senior team, and audience. As you may be aware, this year our students at Early College High School will begin their journey towards a baccalaureate degree through the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley. So as such, we're bringing forward this evening an agreement that outlines the collaboration between UTRGV and HCISD in implementing the concurrent dual enrollment program. This articulation agreement defines the specific courses that will be accepted by HCISD and UTRGV for both high school and university credit. Therefore, administration recommends approval of the articulation agreement for ECHS.
Dr. Noyola, as this will be on our TV station,
Yes,
could you
sir.
comment on kind of the programs that are going to be offered? This is a really big benefit for our school district.
Absolutely. So our students at Early College High School, through our partnership with UTRGV, and just so that our audience knows, this is the only partnership between an Early College High School and an actual university. And so, certainly in the Rio Grande Valley. And so with this partnership, our students at Early College High School, as I stated earlier, will begin that journey towards a baccalaureate, specifically in 3 areas that we have defined with the university. One will be in the area of engineering. The other will be designed towards a baccalaureate in education. And then for our students for whom those paths are not their choice, they will also be able to receive up to 60 credit hours as outlined in this articulation agreement, leading towards their baccalaureate while they are in high school. So a tremendous opportunity for our students to begin that journey.
It really is. It really is. Fantastic. Can I get a motion?
Mr. President, I do move approval as recommended by staff.
Second?
Moved by Mrs. Fleury, seconded by Mr. Hymas. Any further discussion?
Sure, Mr. President, I just want to, with a lot of heat over the years on dual enrollment, coming from the coordinating board and other folks, I'm proud that we here in Harlingen do it the right way. And so I want to give you kudos, Dr. Noyola and Dr. Cavazos, for just making sure that we always maintain the rigor, because these students obviously are going to go on, whether they stay at UTRGV or matriculate or go to another university. We have to make sure that they're in the best position possible for success. And so we know of a lot of folks who do it the wrong way, and I'm really proud that Harlingen does it the right way. And so kudos to you. And again, I'm really excited about this partnership. The fact that UTRGV picks our district to do this type of work speaks volume of the trust they have in our leadership, and in our, just our people. So thank you all very much.
Super. Thank you, Dr. Pettis. All right. I think I have a motion by Mrs. Fleury and a second by Mr. Hymas. Any other comments? All right, we'll proceed to vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
Mr. President,
Yes.
just for the record, I'd like to abstain from that vote.
All right, let the record reflect it.
Thank you.
Dr. Reiniger abstained. Okay. The next one is matters related to transformation and school support. Transforming Teacher and Learning Committee report. Dr. Noyola.
Thank you, Mr. Powers, board members, senior team audience. At this month's Transforming Teaching and Learning Committee meeting, we brought forward 2 topics for presentation. The first topic was presented by our Assistant Superintendent for Elementary Education, Lori Romero, and our Director of Primary Literacy, Carmen Alvarez. Their presentation was titled Literacy Libraries. Through their presentation, they spoke of the evolution that has occurred in HCISD with early childhood reading, paying particular focus to our partnership with Nyhouse Education Center. As a logical evolution to that partnership, we are implementing a literacy libraries project. So through their presentation, they shared with us one of the key components, which is guided reading. And so as part of this initiative, Ms. Romero outlined the importance of training and professional development, particularly starting with our administrators, our principals. It will be certainly their responsibility to ensure the fidelity of implementation of these programs. They outlined the plan for continued professional development for our teachers, as well as looking at some of the data and how that data will ultimately reveal itself within our scorecard, our Realizing Our Dreams scorecard, focusing on early childhood literacy. One of the opportunities we had was to see what that literacy library is going to do and the leveled reading books that will be available for our students so that we can truly individualize learning for them as they journey through their learning of reading. So certainly over the next year, we will be implementing this project, and we'll certainly be bringing updates for you as to how that has evolved. We're pretty certain that it's going to have continued impact on our kids, and so we'll see some tremendous work coming through that program. The second presentation was titled Accountability 101. So as you are aware, tomorrow the Texas Education Agency will release letter grades for all of the school districts in Texas, as well as ratings for our campuses. So as part of that reveal, we wanted to ensure that our community was aware and understood this accountability system and its impact within our school district and our surrounding areas. And so this Accountability 101 was we shared within that presentation the plan for rolling out this information to our community. But one of the things that this board certainly has taken a lead when the concept of A through F first came into play was sharing how this system, the way it is designed, does fall short in communicating the whole picture of a school district and all the pieces that go into making students what they are when they leave our systems. And so as part of this rollout plan, the goal is to certainly communicate the ratings of the district, which based on what we have done within our preliminary data, we're very confident that our school district will do very, very well. But in rolling out that information, we also want to communicate to our community the various pieces that are occurring in HCISD and helping our communities understand the true picture of HCISD, which certainly goes beyond a numeric or letter grade that will come forward tomorrow. So I want to thank Shane Strubhart and his department. As you all shared earlier, they have been fantastic at sharing the story of our district. And so within this rollout plan, it's not any different. They have designed some fantastic videos that will truly share for our community, not just this letter grade and the accountability system, but truly paints the full picture of what HCISD is all about. Dr. Perez chairs our Transforming Teaching and Learning Committee. So Dr. Perez, I'll turn it over to you if there's anything you'd like to share.
So just briefly, and maybe others can comment, I was only there for part of the meeting, but I just want to thank you, and I want to thank Dr. Cavazos for allowing us to have the meeting at STEM Squared School. That was a pretty special occasion and venue for this committee, for the committee meetings that day. Also, you know, again, really proud of our focus on building a strong foundation in literacy. I look at this whole concept, I really look at this sort of as like sort of a big wave that started, you know, at the beginning, you know, at the most important critical part of these students' education, you know, and I just can't wait to see what happens with these wave of students as they go in. I guess they're starting the third year now and second grade, is that correct?
They're going to start second grade.
They're going to start second grade now, and so I just can't wait to see what happens with this wave of students who are really, who got a great start. They all got a great and fair, equal start, and that's what we're trying to do. And I really feel that there's going to be just amazing success stories coming out, and I'm really excited to see that come to fruition. The second part, I really, again, proud that the district is not going to let a letter define us, and we are going to, again, using our public relations, as mentioned, department, just really get out the amazing story of HCISD. We are a very innovative district that has a culture of innovation, continuous improvement, transparency, accountability, and we're doing some amazing things with our students, student success, but also our specialty schools, and we have an amazing story to tell. So the video was amazing. Again, kudos to you, again, your team, Shane, and so just keep doing what you're doing. We have quite a story to tell, and we're very proud of it, so thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Pettis. The next item on the agenda is the matters relating to business services. First item is consideration approval of renewal of lease agreement between Harlingen CISD and Neighbors in Need of Services, Inc. for pre-K 3-year-old program. Mr. Cavazos.
Thank you, Mr. Powers, Dr. Cavazos, board members. Agenda item 8A is consideration approval of renewing the lease we have with Niños Head Start for the old Booker T. Washington School on South F. It's a 10-year lease. They will take care of the buildings and grounds and provide insurance. They do have a 3-year-old program at that school. As long as they do that, there's not a fee for that lease. We recommend approval. Again, it's a 10-year renewal lease. We had a 10-year lease with them as well prior to this. It just expired. We recommend approval.
Do I have a motion?
I'll move to approve the lease agreement between Harlingen CISD and Neighbors in Need of Services, Inc. for pre-K 3-year-old program as recommended by staff.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Dr. Reiniger, seconded by Dr. Muniz. Is there any further discussion?
Question, Mr. President.
Yes, sir.
Julio, I think it's a great, this is fantastic, but what's the strategy on 10 years? Why not 15 years? Why not 5 years? How did we come to about 10?
10 years is is an amount that we agreed upon with them 10 years ago. We felt that that was an adequate amount for them to establish their program there at that campus. They do provide a pipeline to our pre-kinder and 3-year-old program, so we felt 10 years is an adequate amount of time. We do have a 60-day clause in the contract that in case if something happens, we can expire in 60 days.
Thank you.
Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carries unanimously. The next item is consider approving contract for the collection of ad valorem taxes. Mr. Julio Cavazos.
Thank you, Mr. Powers, Dr. Cavazos, board members. Agenda item 8B is considering approving contract for collection of our property taxes. Our contract with Lineberger, Gogan, Blair, and Sampson for collecting property taxes is up for renewal. They submitted a 3-year renewal. They came in at about a 4% increase, or about $6,000 a year. We're pleased with their services. They've done this for a number of years, and we'll recommend approval.
Mr. President, move approval of the contract for collection of ad valorem taxes as recommended by administration.
Second.
Moved by Dr. Pettis, seconded by Mr. De Leon. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries unanimously. The next one is consideration and approval of agreement for delinquent tax collection services. Mr. Julio Cavazos.
Thank you, Mr. Powers, Dr. Cavazos, board members. Agenda item 8C is considering approval of the contract for delinquent taxes. This contract is for collecting the delinquent accounts that we have. Lineberger charges 15% for accounts that are delinquent prior to 2005 and 20% for accounts that are delinquent from 2005 forward. These fees are charged to the delinquent taxpayer. We wanted to bring this forward as well for board approval today, so they would expire at the same time. It's a 3-year contract with them as well. And again, these are for delinquent taxes. The previous one was for collecting the taxes. We're very pleased with the services as well.
We have about a 98% collection rate.
We do.
don't
We average about 98 and a half. This year, we're about 99% to our current levy, so we're very happy with that.
Pretty incredible. Do I have a motion?
I'll move to approve the agreement for delinquent tax collection services as
Second.
presented by administration.
Second.
Moved by Dr. Reiniger, seconded by Mr. Hymas. Any further discussion? If there's none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries unanimously. Thank you, Mr. Guevara, for showing up tonight.
Thank you, sir.
We appreciate it.
In case there were any questions.
He's tired of winning, too. Okay. Matters related to human services. The first item is approval for continuance of sick leave bank for the school year 2018-2019. Ms. Debbie Scoggin.
Thank you so much. Good evening, Mr. Powers, board members, Dr. Cavazos, senior team, and audience. So agenda item 9A is a request for the continuance of the sick leave bank for the 2018-19 school year as per board policy DEC local. The sick leave bank was created to provide additional paid sick leave days to its members in the event of a catastrophic illness or injury which leaves a member unable to perform his or her duties and causes substantial loss of income. There are currently 767 employees that are participants of the sick leave bank, and that's not including employees that may join for the new 2018-19 school year, and our current employees have until September 30th to enroll. Total available days entering into the 2018-19 school year is about 2,100 days that are available to be utilized by the sick leave bank members. This past school year, 2017-18, we had 13 members who utilized the sick leave bank due to catastrophic illness. And so I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have, and your consideration for approval is greatly appreciated.
Thank you, Deb. Is there any questions or
Mr. President, I move approval for the continuance of sick leave bank for the school year 2018-2019 as
Mo-
presented.
Moved by Mrs. Fleury,
Second.
seconded by Dr. Reiniger. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? Motion carries unanimously. The next item is approval of sick leave bank handbook for 2018-2019 school year. Ms. Deb Scoggins.
Thank you so much, and good evening again. So the handbook is a guideline to matters such as eligibility and requirements and regulations for joining the sick leave bank, the process for requesting days from the bank, granting days from the sick leave bank, and then the duties and responsibilities of the committee. So there are no changes this year to our sick leave bank handbook. And so at this time, should there be any questions, I'm happy to try my best to answer them. And if not, we would greatly appreciate approval.
Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion for approval of sick leave bank handbook for 2018-2019 school year.
Second.
Moved by Dr. Muniz, seconded by Mrs. Fleury. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries unanimously. The next item is matters relating to district operations and the approval of final construction payment to NM Contracting for the baseball, softball field improvements. Mr. Tapia.
Board President Powers, members of the board, Dr. Cavazos. Bringing forth a final payment to you for your approval. A local policy CB requires that final payments for any construction project not be made until the board approves it. So we're bringing forth a payment in the amount of $80,086.06 to NM Contracting for the baseball, softball field improvements project. This payment was discussed at the Facilities Committee meeting, so we're asking for approval. Any questions?
Mr. President, I move approval for the final construction payment to NM Contracting for the baseball, softball field improvements as presented.
Second.
Moved by Dr. Pettis, seconded by, Dr. Muniz. Dr. Muniz. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? Motion carries unanimously. The Facility Committee report, Mr. Tapia.
Yes, Board President Powers, members of the board, Dr. Cavazos. A Facilities Committee meeting was held August 7th at the STEM Squared Preparatory Academy. We discussed all the TRE projects. We discussed the Treasure Hills Elementary classroom ring addition and the foundation work that's going on there and the clearing of the site and security fencing. We discussed the roadway, driveway, and sidewalk and drainage improvements at Bonham Elementary and Vernon that had their driveways fixed and reconstructed in some areas. And Milam and Vernon had some drainage improvements on their fields. We also discussed the update on the artificial turf projects and track improvements for the mini stadiums at the two high schools. Harlingen High School, we have accepted as substantially complete, so they're actually practicing on that field now. And South is almost done, should be done hopefully by the end of the week, so they can start using it next week. And then we'll just have the final minor punch list items pending and closeout and so forth, but at least the kids can start using the fields. We also gave an update on the multi-purpose building wall panels upgrades at Long, Bonham, and Lamar, and Wilson. And small renovation improvements for the choir room at Vernon Middle School and some courtyard improvements. We discussed all the upgrades at the STEM Academy, of course, since we were there. All the improvements and completion of the Lee Means Fine Arts Academy and everything we had to do to get that school ready for the first day of school. The Kate projects done by maintenance with the construction of the jury room mock furniture that we did at both high schools. We did that in-house. And the improvements to the HVAC Shop Academy at South was also completed. We just have some minor electrical work done by an outside contractor, and they're working after hours to finish that by the end of this week. We gave an update on the security fencing work at the two high schools and Kano Academy, and that project is out for bids right now. We're targeting award at the September board meeting. And we discussed some change orders related to some of these projects I mentioned, and the project closeout for the final payment that we just approved. This was followed by Julio Cavazos giving an update on the construction financial report. And we adjourned, and then we took a tour of the facility at the STEM Academy, which was a very, very nice tour we had with our school principal, Sonia Brandenburg. And at this point, I'll turn it over to Mr. Powers if he wants to add anything else to the report.
Well, I just want to say again, that we've talked about this before, but we are, we toured the new STEM Academy because we had our meetings there. And I mean, it was, those of you who were unfortunately not able to be there need to go by because it is really, really impressive what our staff did. And we are so fortunate in this district to have so many talented people that work with having Oscar and all the talented people that work for him. They did about 90% of this remodeling at St. Paul's, and it is really, really nice. I mean, they saved this district a lot of money, but everything from, I don't know, electrical to paneling to AC, everything. I mean, the countertops, everything, just the flooring, ceilings. It was really impressive. And the same for the Lee Means Fine Arts Academy. I mean, moving the modulars and getting everything ready, and Dr. Cavazos' piece of art that he loaned the district. It really looks nice. Loan, yeah. No, I'm joking.
Stick to the minutes.
And also, I have driven by both high school campuses, and the security fencing is just incredible. It looks really good. It doesn't look like a compound. It looks very tasteful, and it's almost complete. And y'all just did a fantastic job. I mean, I'm amazed at how much work there always is going on in this district. And if you haven't been by Treasure Hills, drive by there, because I had somebody call me this morning complaining because they were, all the construction crews that were working there, but they were really complimenting on how fast everybody's going to work and getting it done. And so it's amazing because they're just doing a great job. Thank you, Oscar.
Thank you, Mr. Powers.
Mr. President, can I say something real quick?
Yes, sir, please.
I'm sorry I missed the meeting, the Facilities Committee, as the incoming chair for that committee. I was out chasing the Marfa lights last week, but, just everything you listed just shows how much work you guys are doing. Okay. And just like Shane and his team, make us look good on paper and in the media and social media, your team does the same for us, physically. So, I look forward to serving on this committee as a chair. So, just continue the good work, man. You guys are doing really, really great work and making us look really good out there. So, thank you, Oscar.
Mr. President, may I just,
Yes, ma'am,
I'd just like
please.
to add one comment, please. And kudos, certainly kudos to our people. It's just astonishing what they're accomplishing. But I think that in regard to the STEM Squared Academy, I will always first think of how important our community partnerships are, and had St. Paul's Lutheran Church not approached us with the opportunity to purchase this facility, which was in good condition, we would not be where we are today. We could not have had our schools begin so early. And I want to thank you, Dr. Cavazos, for really championing our community partnerships, because that's what makes HCISD very special, and certainly far more than a letter grade per campus.
Thank you, Mr. Flourier.
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
just be real brief, and again, just another, thank you to Mr. Tapia and your department, because you really do, and my colleague said it best, but you really do a phenomenal job. I remember passing the TRE several years ago. We asked you if you're ready, and I think at that time you didn't really realize the work that it was going to entail, but you have certainly stepped up. Obviously, you have some more help and some more support. Your department is just amazing, but really, 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 it's just this district cannot function without having just the facilities and the quality facilities that we have, and it's a source of pride when you walk around our campus, how well kept they are, how just the remodeling, just everything that goes into it. So it's not perfect by any means, but you do such a great job. So thank you, and please congratulate your department for us, and tell them that the board appreciates their work so much.
Oh, well, thank you, Dr.
Thank you, Dr. Pettis.
I'd like to just add real quick, we started school. And as you go around our district, we opened 30 campuses and welcomed over 22,000 people day one. And so I just want to commend the entire senior team, but especially Mr. Tapia and his team. The curb appeal at our campuses, the care that they have for every one of the campuses is kind of resounding and continuously giving us great publicity. And so thank you, Oscar, for paying attention to details. They know when I'm driving around, I text them, what about we're on it. And so I think that collectively, They know the expectation of this district and what we expect, and we want the kids to be in quality programs and quality buildings. So thank you so much, and I know he was out taking his son to college, his first one, and so welcome back, and we're glad you're back, and thank you for what you do.
Thank you, Dr. Cavazos.
Thank you.
Mr. Powers?
Yes,
May I
ma'am.
just add, so I had the opportunity to visit my schools today, and I was surprised by yet another thing that Oscar's people are doing. At the end of the day, at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, they, apparently you are asking them to go out to each of our campuses and help with the traffic
Yes.
and controlling the
wow.
traffic as parents learn the first, and that was just a really smart idea. You know,
Yeah.
it's all, as you say, every detail. That's really smart, thank you. That's not their job, and
Right.
yet here they were, and let me tell you that the campus that I was visiting was exceedingly grateful and happy to tell me who that man was out there, and oh, we're so grateful he's here today. So thank you,
Right.
Oscar. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. President, I just want to add, Mr. Tapia, if you can go to the video to our kickoff, Dr. Cavazos said
here
some
we
very
go.
nice
Let's
words
go on.
about you, so please look at that video.
I already heard about it.
I was very kind, Mr. Tapia. They already told him, thank you, Mr. De Leon.
All right. Okay, the next item is the approval of a delegate and alternate for the 2018 TASB Delegate Assembly. So we need to select someone amongst ourselves.
Mr. President, I was just thinking, I think the last year, it was George McShann and Eladio. And since George's not here, Eladio, I believe, was the alternate.
I nominate George McShann.
Yeah.
I'd like to.
Second.
Go ahead,
So
sir.
now that Eladio was the alternate, I'd like to recommend that Eladio be the delegate for the 2018 TASB Assembly.
That's a good idea.
As long as he takes George.
And George McShann, the alternate.
Second the motion.
We need an alternate.
All right.
Oh, we need an alternate?
Let's vote on this one first, I
Yeah.
guess.
Do they do it individually?
Yes.
Moved by Mr.
Individually?
De Leon and seconded by Dr. Pettis.
Do we want them together or separate?
Separately.
That Mr. Hymas be our primary delegate. I'm sure there's no further discussion. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Oops.
He was gonna oppose.
Right. I'd like to
Okay.
go ahead.
Congratulations, Eladio. Now we need an alternate.
I nominate Dr. Belinda Reiniger for our alternate.
Great.
Second the motion.
Wow.
Moved by Dr. Pettis and seconded by Dr. Muniz for Mrs. Reiniger to be our alternate. I know there's no further discussion. We all unanimously, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Okay, passes unanimously.
Don't get sick, Eladio.
No
Don't
pressure,
get
no
sick.
pressure, Eladio.
Congratulations. Okay, the next item is the adjournment to closed or executive session. Pursuant to the Texas Government Code Sections 551.071, 551.072, 551.074, and 551.082 of the Open Meetings Act for the following purposes. Number one, discuss employment of assistant principal for Stewart Place Elementary. Number two, discuss employment of teachers and other professional staff. At this time, we are adjourned into closed or executive session. Convened, and the first item is consider employment of assistant principal for Stewart Place Nursery. Debbie Scoggin.
Stewart Place Elementary, sir.
Mr. President,
Can we start all over?
I move approval.
I'm sorry. Consider employment of a, strike that, Greg. Consider employment of assistant principal for Stewart Place Elementary. Debbie Scoggin, please.
I
No.
move approval, Mr. President, as recommended by staff in executive session.
Scoggin, that's it.
I second.
Thank you, Eladio.
All right, it's been moved by Mrs. Fleury, seconded by
And Mr. Eladio,
Mr. Hymas. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right. Those opposed, motion carries. I was doing better the first part. Okay. Consider employment of teachers and other professional staff. Do I have a motion?
I move that we proceed with employment of teachers and other professional staff as recommended by administration.
Second.
Dr. Reiniger made the motion and Dr. Muniz made the second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. We're adjourned.
So,
Okay.
Thank you.